Hi guys, welcome to Jenny Box Lakeshore Edition with my man here, Exhibit.
Yes,
What's
yes.
up, man? It's been a long time, brother. It's good to have you here.
Good to have you too, bro. It's been
Perfect.
a while.
Yeah,
Let's book something, bro.
yeah. I don't want to waste my viewers' time, so I'd want us to get straight into the topic, right? So,
Okay.
what I want to discuss with you today is the situation in Burkina Faso.
Oh,
In regards to Ibrahim Traore and the whole issue around him. You understand? So
okay.
I wanna hear your take on the situation in Burkina Faso. So what can you tell me about it? About it?
First of all, Ibrahim Traore. Let me take this to let people know. Let me throw more light about Ibrahim
Okay,
Traore,
sure.
okay?
Yeah.
He's a young gem in Africa who just came from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, the guy is doing magic.
Oh
Like
yeah. When you say magic, what do you mean by that?
currently he's the face of Africa currently.
I agree.
Like
Yeah.
things we thought we cannot do on our own,
Mm-hmm.
bro. This
Mm-hmm.
guy is changing the narrative,
Most
and
definitely. Most
yeah.
definitely.
So
And the issue with Burkina Faso being being in a dark place for a very long time due to the fact that they are under the influence of France
okay,
and of course with other African countries as well, right?
yeah,
So the fact that he was able to stand on his feet
okay,
to stand on his feet to bring about a different narrative, a different perspective, a different mindset, to change the game, So what do you think the rest of the African countries are lacking in terms of good governance?
to me, I think it's self confidence
Mm-hmm.
and the can do spirit. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Otherwise, looking at what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
I think the foreign influence is what is hindering us from pushing forward. You
Okay.
understand?
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, like him coming from nowhere to champion the
Mm-hmm.
agenda of making sure Africa is better
Mm-hmm.
on the ticket of Burkina Faso, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree.
and this is something that's supposed to be done by either a country like Nigeria, Ghana, or South
Bro,
Africa,
Nigeria.
because
Yeah.
currently I stand to be corrected though, but it's just like
Mm-hmm.
they are the face of Africa on the international stage, like especially
Well,
Nigeria,
okay.
South Africa,
Yeah.
But it took a small country like Burkina Faso
Mm-hmm.
and Ibrahim Traore to be
Mm-hmm.
doing this, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think other leaders can also learn too, but um, they are afraid of the small benefits they will be getting,
Mm.
like from this side of the world. You understand me?
Yeah.
That's the problem now. But I think we can all do something. We can do better. Since he has done something, bro,
Yeah.
and at his age, a young guy like
Mm-hmm.
that, bro, we can do
So do you
something.
think now it's the time to allow the youth into the government space, to be able to bring about their own ideas as well?
It's Africa's time now, bro. If it's
Most
Africa's
definitely.
time, then
Yeah.
it's time for the youth. Like
Mm-hmm.
we've had our grandfathers on the seat for so long, bro. I'm
Can you
saying our
imagine?
grandfathers. So in regards to our former president, okay,
Akufo-Addo,
he just
who just
turned
turned 81.
81. Imagine,
Yeah.
bro. And then Nigeria's president, and we have a whole lot of them.
Bola
Like
Ahmed Tinubu.
they are overaged, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
They
It's
should
true.
pass on the baton to
It's
us.
true. It's
Let's
true.
also do something. I
It's
think
true.
Africa is about us, the youth, now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for
So
us.
and also there have been series of coup attempts on Ibrahim Traore himself, right?
Okay.
Even though he himself came, the guy who led the coup, I think in 2022, was it 2022? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think in
2022. Yeah.
2022, the guy who led the coup was counter-couped by Ibrahim Traore, right? I
Yeah.
don't know what happened, but I'm thinking that perhaps maybe the guy, he's not moving the way they want to move. So Ibrahim Traore had to just get him off the way so that he can take control of everything. But um, recently I've heard series of coup attempts on him as well. So what can you say regarding that?
In regards to that,
Mm-hmm.
initially how Ibrahim also overtook that guy,
Mm-hmm.
we were raising doubts, we were raising eyebrows into
Mhm.
like bro, what's going on? Now
Yeah.
we know what's happened, like what we wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know the reason why he also did that
Mm-hmm.
to champion his own agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's a thing because we said it's like blood shedding.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want freedom in any way, bro, you have to shed blood.
Exactly. There's no freedom without bloodshed. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you
one
have to
thing.
shed blood,
I mean,
bro.
that's one thing African countries refuse to understand or
Yeah,
believe, or let's say acknowledge, right?
yeah,
Because there's no way someone who is taking advantage of you for centuries, right, will just decide one day and be like, okay, I've decided to give you your full independence, and I'm not going to interfere in your life anymore, right? I mean, you can control your own natural resources and whatever. When those people themselves are people that have what that have built their their country
mm-hmm.
at the back of your what uh your your natural resources. So do you think they could just let you go? I mean, they could just leave you like that without putting certain measures in place to make sure that, I mean, they are still colonizing you from afar. So I believe that, me personally, I believe that, I mean, our leaders, I mean, some of the leaders that we have are basically, I mean, put there by the superpower or by the Western world. I mean, by the Western leaders, so that they could do their bidding. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, because for example, you know, the ministries that we have in Africa only do one job. You know what that is? They transport our natural resources to the Western world.
Oh yeah, that's what they're good at
You
doing. Yeah.
understand? So I don't see. So the ministries do not benefit them as the citizens of what of Africa. But, and you know, West Africa itself has a history of, I mean, coups and stuff like that. You understand? So, and there's this way that it painted, I mean, military rule to be very, let's say, very bad for us. You understand?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think that, I mean, the democracy that we are having in some parts of Africa is better for Africa, or the military coup is better? Which one do you think?
I don't know, but I feel like now
Mm.
Africa is not ready for democracy.
Mm-hmm.
We were not ready for democracy when we had democracy.
Well, I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to cut you off, right? But I feel like democracy itself was something of an African system, right? I mean, for example, I mean, during the ancient times when leaders, or let's say our kings,
Okay.
want to have decided to do something, they can't decide by themselves, right? They have to
Okay.
go through I mean, let's say, the bishopini of each home.
Yeah, yeah.
The bishopini, I mean, representing, let's say, the elder representing the home, and then the elder going to see, let's say, maybe a minister or something like that, to tell him the problem of his home, and then the minister takes it to, you know, the king at
Yeah.
the council. You understand? So
Yeah.
that's how the African system is. And then no king has been put in place, like, I mean, let's say, by his own will or power. Like,
Yeah.
is the same elders in the community that gives the king the power. You understand? So that's original democracy. You understand? But the one that we are practicing right now, I wouldn't consider it to be democracy.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna
what I'm
lie.
talking about, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm talking
back
about.
to your. I mean, now you can answer.
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
standing on that fact that we were not ready for it then.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on, like, now we are misusing the democracy, and misusing it as in, like, we are not in line in what is happening to Africa now. We are not in line.
Yeah, I agree.
You
You know,
understand?
I mean, the system. I mean, the democratical system that we are having right now.
Yeah.
It's not favoring the African way of
It's
life.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. Let me use this same Ibrahim Traore
Yeah.
as an example.
Go on,
Okay,
go
so he just came, bro. He just came, and under 3 years, we've seen what's going on
A lot of changes
with
man.
other countries who have been under democracy for so many plenty years ago. So you get where I'm coming from.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So far, what are the differences that you've seen him make? You know, as compared to the rest of the African countries.
bro, him coming out in a military uniform should cause havoc. Okay, you should see him and scare him because he's always with a pistol, like he's armed, you know.
Yeah.
But bro, dude will step out and be receiving like accolades, and everybody like,
happy
bro,
to see him and all that. You know, you remember when he came to Ghana for the presidential inauguration, right?
And he was even like cheered than even the president of Ghana. Like, we all saw that on our screens, bro.
Fact.
So, bro, like, we need to learn from him. Like, we need to learn something.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It's time for Africa to put away fear and write on this advantage.
Yeah.
For the betterment of Africa.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And also, there's this thing that I want to touch on. You remember I don't know. There's this military guy in America that that spoke about Ibrahim
Oh,
Traore.
is it Captain Langlay or
But
something?
I don't know his name, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Captain
So
Langlay.
you saw the video, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So what can you tell me regarding the video?
and that guy is trend like he calls his own like trend like for the,
Trendsetter. He
yeah,
was a trendsetter.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I
But
mean.
with him,
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it was not from his heart. I think. Okay.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe it was under the influence of bribery or something like like this Western when they want you,
Mm-hmm.
they know how to use you. You
Yeah,
understand?
they use your black men
You
to
understand
your
being.
yeah to your
So maybe
yeah.
probably it was like there's a deal. Can you do this for us?
Bro, but
This is what
I
we
think he's been there for a while now, so he should. It's not new to that position, so it's not like he was
if
put in there for purposely, just Ibrahim Traore or
oh
anything.
not in his position, right?
Mm-hmm.
But looking for someone to sabotage someone like Ibrahim Traore, you
Yeah,
can't just go for an ordinary person. Like we need the influence as well. So
yeah,
they need someone from that high seat.
mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Yeah,
So I think it will take whoever is championing that
mm-hmm.
to convince him, and also like maybe they went on a deal, or if you do this, I'm gonna give half of America to you, or there's a
Who's gonna
yacht
give,
for you and your
bro?
family. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that,
So
but half of America, nah,
no,
bro.
it's just I'm just
Yeah, I
this
know,
is
I
just
get you, I
where
get it, I get
place,
it, I
right?
get it, I
So
get it, I get it.
to me, I think like it's under the influence.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm not sure in his right senses,
mm-hmm.
bro. He's gonna pull his
You
own
think
brother
so,
down. Like this is
bro?
our uniform,
Bro,
bro.
yeah, I mean it's a black person too, but you know what? I mean, this is a strategy they use since the beginning of them. I mean, coming into Africa, that's something that they've been using. They've always used our black people against ourselves. Look at the case of Thomas Sankara,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they used
A
I
young
mean
man as well.
yeah, when they used his best friend to turn against him and all that. You get me? So
Yeah.
it's just the black man. It's just the black man packaged enough to what to pull his brother down. You understand? It's something
Yeah.
that they do. Even look at the before the Europeans even got into Africa itself, they
Yeah.
didn't just get up and then came in, right? With West Africa, we had a different encounter with them, and those in East Africa had a different encounter with
Also,
them.
yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the ones in East Africa, they kind of tried to when they wanted to come in, they weren't allowed to come in because there's this prophecy that has been around in West Africa, or
Yeah.
let's say the Moshi Empire.
Okay.
That when a white person comes within them,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're gonna be dissolved. You understand?
Okay.
So whenever they see a white man coming, they send him away.
Yeah, they
You
try to stay
understand?
away from
Exactly.
them.
But
Yeah.
you know what they did? They mated with black women, and then
Yeah.
they created mulattoes, half caste.
You see now, you
So they
can hit
used the
on
half
them.
caste. So when the half caste came in into the empire, they
That's a
couldn't they
channel.
couldn't turn them away because they see the half caste to be what they are what their sons and daughters. So the half caste is what was used to get
Yeah.
into the Moshi Empire, to destroy the Moshi Empire, which is the last great empire we had in West Africa. You understand? So let's say, so back to the topic, right?
Mhm.
I think a couple of a week ago, sorry,
Okay.
I what is he called? This popular YouTuber, Wedaya Big, up to Wedaya.
Wodemaya.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean I watched his documentary in Burkina Faso, and I mean he showed a lot of videos about about the tomato processing plants in Burkina and all that. I feel like this is some good initiative. You understand? Being able to produce something, and I mean and then refine it into finished goods or cans or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good initiative. Imagine Ghana or any part of or the rest of Africa. I mean, doing the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be great. I think
Yeah.
that everything would move perfect for us. Or
Yeah.
don't you think the same?
I also saw that same video you're talking
Mhm.
about. I saw it and I was wowed because
Mm-hmm.
back in the days,
Yeah.
bro, if you're a truck driver and you have
Yeah.
a truck, bro,
Yeah.
just move to Burkina Faso, you make money.
Yeah.
Because everything they make there, they import, they export.
They export
Everything they made, especially the tomatoes you are talking about.
Yeah.
They normally export them through the channel of Ghana. Yeah, they use the Ghana route, because they don't have they don't have access to ports.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, because
okay,
they are
okay.
inland.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So most of the trucks export the tomatoes. So you can tell how much they lose, and it's not gonna be on that value, like the value they demand for the
Yeah,
tomatoes.
yeah.
Now they have it. It goes through their it goes through the process under their own watch. You understand? And their own government and everything. And bro, shout outs to Ibrahim for
Most
championing
definitely,
this.
man. Most definitely,
Yeah,
bro. That's my goat.
and years to come, I think they will do better than this.
I hope so.
And
I really hope
Africa
so.
is
I look
proud of
forward to that.
him,
Yeah, and
bro.
also, there's one thing that I want to touch on. The fact that, I mean, when the military guy in the States, came out with a conference at the conference and said whatever he had to say,
Yeah,
that's that's a way. They normally use when they want to bring you down
when they
or
wanna,
make
yeah,
or turn the media against you. All we do is watch TV.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah, bro.
And there's this sense of belief in whatever we watch in the TV. So they kind of want to use that medium to sabotage him and make him look so look like like the devil, so that they could come in and be like they are the saviors. You know,
Yeah,
that's exactly what they used to get Gaddafi.
yeah.
You understand?
After that summit, bro, like all these international medias with all, bro, I saw the headlines with negative comments, and bro, I was like, really, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
This is a military man, yet everybody's rallying behind him, like, because he's on a good cause. But since the whites over here, if they don't like you, they don't like you,
They
bro.
do not like
No
you,
matter
right?
what.
Yeah, it's not like they don't
Serious.
like you for just not liking you sake, because they
They
feel
don't
like
like you because you are progressing, and they're supposed to
exactly,
do
and then you are
so.
stopping them from getting
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the
Yeah,
natural resources that
yeah.
they need to survive. Right now, I think that the West have to understand that gone are those days when they would come and be like, yo, do this, do that, do that. I think now they have to change their perception and come and approach each other as equals.
Yeah,
As equals, you
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
Because
bro.
that's where we've gotten to. So the West ought to understand this now before it's too late. So the way Russia and China is approaching Africa is different, even though I don't really trust them that much. But I feel like the difference is that they treat the African leaders with much respect than the Western people. You understand? Because in the Western mind, they think that they are still we are still Africa is still under their rule. You understand?
Yeah,
And
that's
and that takes us back to what is it called? The Berlin Conference. You understand? That takes us back to the Berlin Conference. So Africa would never be free unless we take away we take away the borders. You understand? Because the borders makes us dominant.
it does.
You understand?
It does.
So far as the borders are still there, no matter what we do, like we are
Yeah.
still under these people, like because they literally divided us. Like we didn't divide ourselves. You understand?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for we the youths. It's bro,
Bro,
it's our time, because you see what's going on. It took just a young guy.
Yeah.
You understand? So if it's Africa's time, it's the youth time. Like if we come up like this, bro, they will not like what they will see if
Most
like
definitely.
henceforth.
I agree with you.
They will not like what they will see.
I agree. And then
Serious.
the fact that a lot of people are being woken right now, it brings joy to my eyes. To my heart,
Yeah.
because when the military guy said whatever he had to say, you remember people were protesting, like, protesting, right? Even in the States, in France, and all over the world. Black people around the world were in
Yeah.
support of this. Like people in Jamaica, people in in fact, every African state, like anywhere you can find an African person, is heated up by protesting
Yeah.
against whatever the military guy said. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So that brings joy to my heart. This brings a new dawn.
Yeah.
It gives me this kind of hope that we are really getting there. At first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought maybe I knew we were gonna get there, but it's gonna take a very long time. But with what I'm seeing, I think we are very close. We are extremely close,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Victory starts with a person. Like, you see, I don't know, but I think I have this feeling, okay, that even though it's gonna take time,
Yeah.
it still starts with a person. And on that note, um, he cancelled French as their international
Bro, that's the
language.
first thing he did,
You see,
bro.
and I had a thought in my head like, bro, like, what's gonna happen now? Because to adapt with the system, like what's going on, is gonna take time. But I really understand him much better, because if you don't start now, when?
When you see what I'm talking about burning the books,
You
that's the
see?
beginning of it.
If you don't start now,
You
when?
understand?
So at least
Yeah.
it's a push. So Africa, we need to rally behind him. And you see all these African presidents making conferences, like giving him accolades and that. I don't know. I would term that as fanfooling.
Of course,
Because,
it's clear
like,
fanfulment, like it be fanful. Like
it's not
that's
about
what it
putting
is,
a camera
actually.
down.
That's what it is, bro. You could see how the rest of the leaders were quiet when all these issues regarding the military guy came up. Like all of them were quiet, as if they knew nothing about it. You know, as if they haven't heard it. You see, I mean that's one thing that that's really hurting Africa, right?
Yeah.
If we could only come together, when you see your brother going down, support him in a way. You know, try to protect him. You know, it might come to you soon. It might get to you soon. It might take time, but it will definitely get to your side.
Get there.
You understand? Like especially Ghana, bro. I really like how Mahama is
moving, right?
Yeah, it's supporting him in a way, but I haven't seen like him getting online saying, you know, all those things.
He can do better though.
Emotional, exactly. He could do better.
He's one of the few. Yeah, he's one.
You understand?
Least,
and I like the pace at which he's moving as well. You know, trying to change the narrative, the colonial mindset of our people and all that. You know, that's what hurts us the most. You get me? And with the fact that he had to, you know, change the judge's robe and all that. You remember?
Yeah.
Ibrahim Traore, right? Yeah. Like it's changing the whole narrative. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. And also, what do you think about the Saudi prince wanting to offer Ibrahim Traore 300 maxes? You know, what do you think? You heard about it?
I heard that, but he's still in line with the Americans, bro.
So what do you think about it? What do you think about it?
He should, you know, this is where he attracts like a lot of attention, like both lovers and haters, like. And I like his circle for that. He has a strong circle of protection, but he still have to be careful. You understand?
Yeah.
He still have to be careful. Otherwise, the prince is moving in a direction where I think they can bait him with it.
Who could bait him?
They can bait Ibrahim Traore with the prince, with the Saudi prince, because he now has a strong connection with the US. You understand me?
I mean, I feel like the connection has been there for a very long time.
Yeah,
the connection has been there. You know, it's not like they are really good friends, but they protect each other's interests.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. When America is down to business, he means it. Yeah, especially you see, Burkina Faso is just a small country, underdeveloped. That's number 2. So what at all do they want from there? Yeah. You see? Yeah. So they know what they want. So it's supposed to be like extra vigilant.
So you're saying that all the attempt to give to build the 300 mosques is just an attempt to get into Burkina Faso or something? Or you think there's something behind?
I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I would love to see more than that in
but you know I feel like there are a lot of Marxists in Africa already. Burkina Faso don't need Marxists, to be honest. They don't need Marxists.
Not really. But the thing is, it starts with a step, right? So this is where they will lure you to build a trust bond first. You see, when you get that trust bond, then everything follows.
Yeah. But I still feel like, you know, there's plenty of mosques in Africa. Burkina Faso precisely do not need 300 mosques. They don't need it. Ibrahim Traore himself told him that blatantly, like, you know, bro, if you're gonna help me, okay, I would accept your help, but what? I'll use that money to invest in what? In the development of the country. Yeah. And then when he said that he didn't give out the money, so that means he didn't mean to give it from his heart. That means there was something behind it.
You get me from where I'm coming from.
I get you 100%. I get you 100%. So that means maybe the Saudi prince or whatever wanted to use that to, you know, to create some kind of bond, like you said.
Yeah, even if he's not under the influence of the Americans, okay, the Americans could use that also as a stepping stone, because
Yeah.
yo, bro, this guy is now cool with him, so
Mm-hmm.
let's
We
move
could
this
use it.
way.
Yeah.
If plan A doesn't work,
Plan B is gonna work.
yeah, you see. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it. And you make so much sense regarding it, to be honest.
Sorry, bro. You see, I don't know. Since he came and he's moving, like, bro, with the pace at which he's moving on construction and development of his own country, bro, the guy is down. He's down to business.
Yeah, I believe so.
He's down to
I believe
business,
so.
really.
And the pace is moving with it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always working, man.
Yeah, and Africans and the other countries that have rallied to demonstrate and protest for him, mind you, they also have their problems they're facing.
Yeah.
Like all the African countries have their like minor problems they're facing.
Yeah.
But this is something that's gonna put Africa on the other
On their toes.
stage.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. And big up to him for championing this.
I mean, I respect it so much.
And his cycle also, like
and the rest of the Sahel region as well. I mean, the rest of the Sahel region as well. They also, are doing so much. You know, you heard about the Sahel Passport. I mean, they wanted to create a passport between themselves, right? And the Sahel states passport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a good initiative, and there are so many things that could come out from that part. And the fact that they share borders with each other is even the best part.
Yeah.
You know, they could easily move in to support one another when the other is.
Mind you, do you know they have a currency now?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, they've come out with a currency to help themselves just within them.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you know the name of the currency, or
I don't know, but I think I saw it, and I saw pictures of it, and like, bro, I like that initiative too.
That's good. It's perfect. I mean, that's gonna help boost. You know, the economy, and and even make the people even appreciate themselves better, right? Because France has really taken advantage of them for so long. Like France has really taken advantage of for a very long time.
That's France country. I don't know what to say about America has been moving differently, but people have not really paid attention to France.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Countries like Ghana, Nigeria, who are under the British colony, and other countries, the Portugal, and other.
No, wait.
Other colonial masters, right?
Yeah.
And it's like they've given us liberty, okay?
Wait,
it's not fully. It's not full. It's just on papers, right?
Yeah, bro.
You understand me?
Paper,
we have freedom. We have freedom on papers.
But not in real life.
We know all this. But if you compare what's going on our end to the francophone
you think,
bro, it's crazy.
It's even better, right?
Yeah. So it's just like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm hurt, but I'm hurt, but looking at your situation and hearing from your story, I need to calm down and come and console you, bro. I need to calm down and console you, because you see, after taxation and everything, they need to take everything of the states, everything of the French
foreign reserves
to the
Bank of France.
What they call them, France embassy of their respected countries.
Okay.
So they tell them what to do with the money, and like, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whatever you need to initiate is supposed to come from them.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Whatever you need to initiate is supposed to come from them, and it's crazy. And this is total imprisonment. It's clearly, we can see this clearly. You understand?
Yeah.
So being on this initiative is a thumbs up for them.
Yeah.
So the only trust bond they have is just the three of them. They should trust each other.
Yeah.
Otherwise, bro, they should expect.
I feel like Africa has gotten to a point whereby, I mean, the ones that have been betraying their brothers for just some chicken change or a certain lifestyle that they dream about.
Yeah.
I feel like those people are out of us now. I feel like the mindset that the Africans have right now is way different from our predecessors. The reason why I'm saying is that now everybody's looking to protect his other black man, not to bring him down and all that. You understand? I believe that, you know, this is gonna go a long way when we try to protect one another. I mean, especially when we are in the midst of someone who is not us.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's something that could help us go a long way, because in as much as we are all human beings, we are all, I mean, we respect each other, we respect one another and everything, but you know, we all know that there's no hidden ideology regarding the way blacks are treated around the world. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna stand here and say that I've once experienced uh, a situation of being, I mean, of somebody being racist towards me. I haven't. You understand? I haven't. But that doesn't mean that
You don't need to
somebody is
wait
not
for
going
someone
through.
to, yeah, you
Exactly. So
understand
that
me, yeah.
doesn't mean that someone is not going through it. You understand?
Yeah.
I haven't met it, but definitely a lot of people go through it. So I feel like when we come together and then respect each other, you know, and then support each other and then uplift each other, it's gonna change, you know, the narrative, and of course we need to teach our children to, I mean, to move the same way. You understand? Because I feel like, I mean, all that we've learned in school growing up is all about, you know, the achievements of our of our of our colonial masters and all that. You know, there are so many. For instance, there are situations whereby that we were told that, you know, I mean, in our books that we were defeated by the British, by the Europeans when they came into Africa and all that. But when you go deep in history, you would understand that it's not actually so. You understand? When you go deep in history, it's not actually so. And majority of the wars, for example, there's a Granty War that the Asantes uh, normally celebrate, you know, every year and all that. You know, it wasn't I mean, the second and Wesley's army wasn't even Europeans. You understand? These were people these were African people. Yeah. They always use us against each other.
Yeah.
These are African people. They used, I mean, the Hausa, I mean, in the account diaries, they could, I mean, they could detect Hausa's part of the army, you know, the Fantes part of the army, the Mosis part. Bro, a lot of people around Africa in the army of Second Wesley. So it wasn't even the British versus the Asantes. It was black man versus black man.
Versus black man.
You understand? Because there's no way any European could beat a black man in war. Never. It has never happened before. They always use us. Up to today, they are still using us against each other. You understand? So that's something that we need to look through and what and change the narrative. You understand?
Yeah.
You get me? So, well, I mean, excuse me with the Ashantis. I feel like they should change the celebrations to African and not Seganet, whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't actually him. I mean, some Europeans were part of it, but they weren't much like them. Let's say they were just 10%, and then 90% was black people from other parts of Africa, due to the fact that they said they wanted to create a pact for them, so that they would help them, protect themselves in case they are being attacked by fellow Africans. Yeah. So when they also have issues with other Africans, they ought to do what? Return the favor.
Return the favor.
You understand? So that's how.
So a question.
Go ahead, bro.
How many favors have they returned, bro?
Bro, zero, bro. Zero. I'm not gonna lie. Brother, so with everything said, with all that we've discussed, what do you think? I mean, the rest of the countries should put their mind to, so that, I mean, we would have future leaders like Ibrahim Traore and Ibrahim Traore.
I think they should learn and emulate what is going on. They know what to do, and if not, like, this is not about being in the space for so long or supremacy. Just relax, calm down, and tap into his knowledge. Speak to him. If there's anything he can share, like, he is really on the course to move Africa forward.
Yeah.
So, bro, just come together and give Africa a push. We are here to rally behind you. Like, and this brings me back to, as I was saying, like, in Ghana, we have a lot of youths in parliament now. Gone are the days we don't have that.
Yeah.
And progressively, we are seeing changes.
Yeah.
So we still need the youths
in the
for
governance.
Change.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Our grandfathers have been on the seat for long, and bro.
You know, I recently saw a news that, I mean, the the retirement age has to be pushed to 65 or something like. You saw that?
They feel threatened, so they need more time. Like
Bro,
they feel threatened,
bro,
but
the country is for you to serve,
it's our
right?
time now.
And I mean, it's time for you to move. Like, you understand? It's time for you to move. Like, you get me? It's something that they need to understand. You understand? And me precisely, I feel like, you know, one thing that I like about Mr. Traore is that, I mean, His Excellency President Traore is that,
Yeah.
you know, he's changing the narrative and what giving Africans dignity back, something that we've
Yeah,
lost for a
bro.
very long time.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah,
one thing
bro.
that I love about him. You
Yeah.
know, it's repositioning us in a place that we were supposed to be for centuries. You know, so imagine, I mean, hearing somebody, I mean, coming from that part of the world, like Burkina Faso.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's this thing I mean, there's this feeling you're gonna have because yeah, you're gonna be proud of yourself being that yeah. I mean, you're able to fight these people and then, I mean, took them off your country no matter what. You're
Right?
still willing to fight back. You know how many people are willing to fight back to protect Ghana? Let's say Ghana for instance. How many people do you think are gonna stand and fight for Ghana in case Ghana is in? I'm not praying for Ghana to have any war against any country, but imagine something like that. I mean, there's a war in Ghana right
Yeah.
now. Do you think, I mean, the youth are really willing to fight for Ghana?
Bro, it takes
You know
the
why
brave
that is?
ones.
Because we are not built. I mean, we are not built to be patriotic to where we come from.
Yeah.
And it comes with education from infancy. You understand?
Facts.
Yeah, because all the heroes that have been seen since they were kids were heroes, were Western heroes. Like you tell them about, you know, I mean, the accolades that some European heroes have achieved and all that. Nothing about the African history, like
True.
nothing they can relate to. You understand?
True.
And I mean, and here we are. I mean, a lot of us wanting to, I mean, to just go foreign to be able to speak even foreign languages and all that. You know, when we have
Right?
our, you know, so imagine right now we were like, okay, let's change Ghana's language. I mean, English language to be one particular local language in Ghana as the national language.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna happen here?
It won't happen.
So all we gotta do is that wherever you are, maintain your language, right? Maintain your language. We're gonna communicate in your language and whatever, right? So we can still work with the English language but not a priority.
Yeah.
You can learn it as a course in school so that you'll be able to speak it. Like the way we learn French in Ghana.
Yeah.
Not like French is it's a national language in Ghana, but
We learn
you know,
that
we learn it
subject.
as subject. We could do that and then highlight our local languages. You understand?
Yeah.
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 So I feel like from infancy we need to build up. I mean, the kind of patriotism.
You're talking sense.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know, you understand. So from
Yeah.
infancy is when you instill what is it called? Patriotism in a child. You know? Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's my final word. So I think, I mean, the school system the books have to be burned. Yeah, bro.
We'll get there.
The books have been our downfall for a very long time.
We've seen the
You
man with the
understand?
matches.
Yeah.
So we are waiting.
The books have
we
been,
are waiting.
and there's this. Oh my gosh! You know what? Next time on the show, I'm gonna read that up. I mean, there's this letter, the King of Belgium, King Leopold. You know, that got leaked. You know.
I think we talked about it
Yeah,
some time ago.
off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. I'm gonna read up the letter that he directed his missionaries to come and
Okay,
do in Africa.
So I have this question for you. It's very controversial.
Go ahead, bro. I'm
So
open.
looking at all these visionary African leaders who tried to fight for Africa's sovereignty, which didn't work, and having Ibrahim Traore also doing the same thing. What do you think in regards to someone like we had Muammar Gaddafi when he took the mantle as the president of Libya for that short term?
Was it short term? How long-
What
how long
happened? Like, I'm talking about his lifespan, you know,
Okay.
not
okay.
from
I get
his
it.
whole
I
life,
think-
but
I think I
taking the
get it.
mantle as the president,
I
okay?
think I get it.
And someone like Abu Sankara and all these great leaders,
Thomas Sankara.
you understand
Yeah.
how they ended.
Mhm.
What do you think? Do you think Ibrahim Traore also is gonna have a short period?
No, bro. I'm fully confident in Ibrahim Traore. I'm 100% confident in him, and God protect him for us. You know, and I
That's
feel
the
like
thing. God protect
God
him
protect
for
him
us.
for us because I really believe that nothing is gonna happen to him. I believe that he's gonna grow old and see his great grandchildren even you understand.
Because
Yeah,
I asked this question because
hmm,
he's gonna need security,
of course, and he has
okay,
it. He
and
has
he
it.
can't do it alone also.
Yeah,
God being so good,
yeah.
there are three countries championing this agenda,
Hmm. So imagine Ghana came to attach. Imagine Nigeria came to attach.
right?
Imagine Ivory Coast attached. Ivory Coast, bro. Ivory Coast. I mean, you know that there's this series of stuff that I've been hearing about Ivory Coast, right? Like Ivory Coast is being used as Ivory Coast is being used as some kind of, I mean, pathway to get to
To get,
Burkina Faso
yeah,
to
to
do
the
whatever
down,
that is.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so Ivory Coast, bro. Ivory Coast should not sell out. You know, that man over there should not sell out. You understand? That
yeah.
man over there should not sell out. I mean, we are all brothers. They should know that we are black people before we are anything else.
Before we are anything else,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, we are black
Facts,
people before
bro.
we are anything else.
Facts, bro.
So you need to be your brother's keeper. So yeah. Now your final words, brother.
Final words, bro. I kept talking about
Yeah,
youth today. Its final words is up to we the youth. We
yeah.
shouldn't think um it's not worth it. Let's put our minds towards youth in governance.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Serious, because it's ours.
mhm.
Tomorrow is for us.
Yeah.
So we should pay attention to like playing parts on government issues. Like
Yeah.
we should make sure we are vigilant. We
I'm
should
not.
put our
I don't want to
yes.
cut you off, right?
Okay.
But you know what? There's one unfortunate thing about the youth. The youth are focused on the wrong things. You know, right now the youth are focused on
How did that happen?
on. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming. Like the youth
Yeah.
are focused on the wrong things. The youth are focused on what? On money. On money. The youth are focused on music, Afrobeat.
Mm-hmm.
The youth are focused on uh how should I even put it? The youth are focused on what? Living lavishly and all that. But there's
Mm-hmm.
one thing we need to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Now is not the time for any African to think about stuff like that.
Oh no, when you are putting it in this context,
Hmm.
why did you put music over there?
Because music has been something that's been driving our minds away
No, 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 no. But
from the
but
reality of
but
things, bro.
but bro, with
It's true,
music,
bro.
music is also a form of
Of
platform
what?
which can champion like
So what are they using the
Africa's
music for?
liberation.
What? Wait,
So
wait.
it's up to us to do what to do the needful, right?
What are they using the music for? Have you heard
Yeah.
anybody
So
talking about? I mean, the liberation of Africa in
we
their
no,
music?
we are not
I
supposed
mean, the
to,
whiskets and the
bruh,
likes,
we are not
bro. They
supposed
only
to
sing
put
about women.
music in the negation, bro.
Bro, it
Nah,
is.
bro.
It's bro. It
No,
plays a huge role. Listen,
no.
bro. Listen, bro.
No, it plays a positive role in regards to look at a country like Nigeria. Sorry for
Okay,
me to use
let me hear.
Nigeria,
No,
okay?
no, no worries. Go ahead, man.
Nigeria is spearheading Afrobeat in Africa
Exactly. That's
now.
what I'm saying. That's my
But
point exactly.
but on this side of the world, okay,
Yeah.
anything bad
Mhm.
or anything that happens and they see a Nigerian around, they'll
Yeah.
take him on for interrogations because they
Mhm.
don't trust Nigerians.
Okay.
But having Nigerian artists boosting the economies of these Western countries
Mhm.
has made them like um, calm down with issues regarding Nigerians around. You understand?
Mhm.
And also even like create more visa opportunities for Nigerians into like you understand
I get
because
what you're
of
saying.
the entertainment industry,
Are
how it's
building,
booming
are
out
helping to
here,
build
right?
the foreign
So
economies, right?
someone like Burna Boy and
Yeah.
the big dogs, they can use their medium
Yeah.
to do such
To do what exactly? To do what?
in championing African celebration.
Well, what are they doing? That's my point
And no,
exactly.
no,
Is it happening?
shout outs to someone like Burna Boy.
He used to.
I saw
Burna Boy used to.
he used to. That was when he was
You
in the
understand?
reggae fraternity.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see, Burna Boy used to, but he saw that that's not what the youth are wanting to listen. That's not what the youth want.
Oh shit,
So
I
he had
messed
to
up.
switch. Oh, so sorry about that, brother.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So Burna Boy knew that's not what the youth wanted to hear. So he had to switch to give them what they want.
Yeah.
You get my point? So
Yeah,
the
bro.
youth, the youth do not want to hear those kind of songs.
But
So why is that?
recently, last week I heard with what is going on, you wanna give Burkina
Faso a
free-
show and all that. I get that, bro. I get that. But I'm not saying that. I mean, singing about the liberation of, I mean, Burkina Faso or any part of Africa
It
is gonna
starts
make
from somewhere,
any
bro.
impact. I know, bro. I think that you don't get my point. I understand you 100%. I understand you 100%. That what yeah, let's say Afrobeat is giving Africa the recognition that it deserves in the music space because yeah, of course, music originated from Africa itself.
Yeah.
You understand? It's true. You understand? But it's giving a more negative impact than the positive one. Is what I'm saying. It only gives positive impact to the Europeans. I mean,
Negative in the sense that
exactly. So I'm coming right. Negative in the sense that right now you leave Afrobeat. I leave Afrobeat. Majority of the youth leave Afrobeat. What is being spoken in Afrobeat? Waywardness at most, right? Waywardness at most. You understand? This is a way. There are a lot of youths asleep, so they could use the influence to pass in a message to change some minds. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But what here they are singing about women, bro. They sing about women. They sing about money, jewelries, cars, ice chains. You understand what I'm talking about?
We still have
this
a
is
few
a way,
there still doing this.
This is a way we are influencing the youth to leave the important things, the important matters that I'm talking about, to follow the things they are not supposed to follow now. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be rich or whatever. That's the difference between the West and we, the Africans. The difference is that the West think 1,000 years ahead. 500 years ahead. We think me, myself, my family.
Can I go?
So, exactly. So imagine everybody, every youth in Africa or everybody in Africa is working towards building Africa at this point. Who's gonna benefit from it? Not those who work for it too. No. Their kids or their grandkids. Those are the people that are gonna benefit from it. You understand my point? So now it's not the time for us to do anything. We have to be serious, bro. We are far behind, though.
But I think we'll get there. You know,
I'm not saying that we're not gonna get there, but what? In order to get there, we have to
put measures.
We have to be doing something. You understand? You have to be doing something. You can't just be there and be saying that you will get there. It never happens like that. You understand? Everybody, we just have to understand that now is not the time to waste our time on some stuff. We just have to focus on what?
Yeah.
On building ourselves before we chase other stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, that's my plea. That's what I'm advocating. You understand? But aside that, I think everything is perfect. To be honest, everything is perfect. Aside that, and now the youth are waking up. You understand? They are beginning to question a lot of things. Question how even religion came into Africa, how we were practicing this, how we're doing that, how all those kind of stuff. So it's good. Question everything you see, bro.
Yeah.
Question everything. But the most sad thing is that we can't even depend on our teachers in school to tell us what we want to know, because they themselves don't know. You understand? Right. And guess what? What baffles me the most is that those that really pass the knowledge to us are either people from the Caribbean or people or the blacks in America. I mean, the African Americans in America, right? They are those that big respects to Chancellor Williams, right? He wrote a book, The Destruction of African Civilization, right? Bro, this man came down into Africa, visited so many parts of Africa, made a whole research. Can you imagine? Made a whole research about African societies, African empires, and all that. Whilst the professors, history professors, and whatever in Africa are seated, bro. Somebody from the States, bro, and a lot of them are doing that. Going around trying to help us so that we don't forget our roots. You living in the continent of Africa, you are so relaxed, bro. We are so we don't care. We don't care about the past that's one thing that there's one, the Sankofa sign. There's one sign that you see all over. The Sankofa sign. It simply means go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. A lot of people been using it. A lot of black people been using that sign, but they're not really doing it. There's a message the ancestors left for you. Go back. Simple go.
Very
go
deep
back.
One yeah.
You understand? Simply go back. You get my point. But it is what it is. Guys.
So up until this point, His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore just more grease to your elbow,
Yeah,
bro. Don't
bro.
give up. Don't feel
Most definitely.
intimidated.
But
Like,
we're behind you 100%. The people of Burkina Faso, much respect.
yeah, I'm sure since you know you wanted to take this mandate, you know
Yeah.
what like is gonna happen. Like,
Most definitely.
so just more grease to your elbow.
Exactly, bro.
And
100%.
trust me, Africa is gonna be great. Even
course, it's
behind
up.
you after you are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
So,
It's gonna live a very long time. I
Yeah.
mean, a very long life.
we pray too. Otherwise, this is something I've been doubting. Like,
Bro, you're not, bro. I'm fully, my vim.
Let's
You
pray.
have no idea, bro.
let's
But
pray.
I believe that everything is gonna be perfect. It's just a matter of time.
Shouts to the great countries that came out to rally for him.
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to all of them.
positively.
I mean, the people in
And
Jamaica
we
and
still have a
everyone.
lot of like we can do more, bro.
Yeah,
we,
bro.
we don't need to wait for issues or something to happen before we have our platforms. We can still be loud in all these things. You understand me?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So
Let's just celebrate our leaders whilst they are alive,
yeah.
not when their lives are taken. You know.
So
Yeah.
shouts to him.
Most definitely. Thank you guys for being available, and I appreciate you being through with us to the end. And I hope to see you on the next one. This is a brand new episode we brought about the Lakeshore episode. So I mean,
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, and hit the like button as well, and then the share button, right? And
Yeah.
also give your comments under the comment section. If we said something that does not sit right with you, or you feel like you need something to add on to what we said, go ahead, bro. I mean, you have the platform to yourself.
Yeah. So this and many more you're gonna be seeing on your screens.
Most definitely.
Just stay tuned.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. See you some other time.
Ciao.
Respect.
Ciao.